Hey guys, it's Zeonic Blader, and welcome to another Wave 3 Bakugan Battle Planet Starter Pack unboxing. And this time I'm going to be unboxing the Pyrus Gorthion Ultra Triple Pack. This one comes with, I believe, is Darkus Serpenteze and Haos Trox. So without further ado, let's crack this guy open. Alright, so here's the cards. And because this is the Canadian version, it does come with 3 of each, so that's 3 ability cards and 3 character cards for each card that's supposed to be there. Whoops. Here is the instructions, and this is the checklist, and checklist hasn't been updated, and this is just the how to close up Gorthion. Apparently Gorthion is a level 1 Bakugan to close, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But let's take a look at the cards. Now we got Serpenteze Core. It's a Green Fist and Fire Fist. So if you don't know my deck, it's a Green Fist and Fire Fist deck. So this is actually a solid choice for me to use. If you land on the Fire Fist, you get plus 200 B power and plus 3 damage. So that's a lot of damage you're going to be doing for a Darkus card. And then of course 3 copies. And then Haos Trox. It is a magic shield and a hex Baku-core, which is pretty solid. It gets plus 3 if it lands on a magic shield, which is actually a good effect because magic shields tend not to give you any extra damage as well. Any damage that is extra usually just get B power. So the fact that it has, I think that the bare minimum B power your Bakugan should have is 300. And the best thing, since it has a magic shield, if it lands on magic shield, it's probably going to get like 600 B power anyways. Or like a plus 600 B power anyways, so that's pretty good. So you get 3 of him. And then Gorthion Ultra. No effect for this guy. Shield and a Green Fist. 400 damage for 400 B power and 4 damage, which is solid. You know, nothing to complain. And yep, Colpo Super. That's not the language. What? Huh. That's weird. But anyways, this is actually pretty decent. You get, for 1 energy, you get to get a plus 300 B power boost. So this is actually, if you have a Haos card, this is a staple in your deck. So this is actually really, really good to have. Then Dark Boost. It's another solid card, 2 energy for 5 damage. But I don't know how I feel about that. There's better Darkus cards for damage gain, but yeah, it's not horrible, at least. And then 3 copies of that, and then 2 copies of this, and then we get Ice Sickle, an Aquos card that's plus 6 damage for 3 energy. Yeah, it's okay, but really the best card out of this is the what is this English card? Super Shot. Yeah, Super Shot is actually a really, really good card to have in a Haos deck. But anyways, let's take a look at the Baku-cores that we get. Alright, and we're starting off with the Magic Shield and plus 650. That's really good. It's one of the best Baku-cores in the whole game, so this is really good. Hex, you get minus 200, minus 2. That's a solid trap Baku-core that you can use if you like playing with trap Baku-cores. Then the Shield, plus 400 if you are a Aquos or a Ventus. So that's pretty solid for Aquos Ventus decks. Plus 400 is always good. We got a Fire Fist and plus 250, plus 3 damage. This is the best Fire Fist Baku-core in the game right now, so that's good always to have copies of that. We have 2 Green Fists. First one is plus 50 and plus 1 damage. I mean, it's an increase, so it's not much of an increase, but it's an increase, so it's okay. And then plus 1, yeah, plus 1 is not that good. There are better Green Fists than this, but anyways, you get some pretty solid Baku-cores with this set. I think the Magic Shield and the Fire Fist are like the best Baku-cores that you can get in the entire game. I mean, like these variants of it. But yeah, it's really cool that it comes in this set. But anyways, let's take a look at the Bakugan. Alright, and the first Bakugan that we're going to be looking at is Haos Trox Core. And as always, Trox is one of my favorite Bakugan just because of how chunky this Bakugan is. Yeah, and with the, it has actually a solid stat line with 300, let me just double check, I believe it's, yeah, 300 B power and 3 damage. So with the Baku-core that you get in this set, it's going to be at like 950 and 6 damage if it lands on the Magic Shield Baku-core, which is really good. And as always, the hands are posable action hands, so like that. That is the action power of Trox. And as always, the Baku-core will be on its butt. But anyways, let's take a look at the next Bakugan. Now next up is Darkus Serpenteze core. So the good thing when I bought this is that I knew Darkus Serpenteze core was in this set, so I didn't end up buying the single that it comes in, because it's, I don't know, I find it kind of annoying that there's a lot of repeats, but there are a lot less repeats in these triple packs than there were in Wave 1, so at least that is pretty good. And yeah, like with all cores, Darkus Serpenteze has the Baku-core on the bottom, and if you want to display this guy, you usually want to keep him on the core because he tends to like drift to one side when he's not on a core. So keeping him on the core and showing him off like this is actually really cool. And yeah, the only other Serpenteze core that I have is the Ventus one, but I really feel that it's much better in its darkest form because of the green eyes and the green fangs. If you have green teeth, you might want to get that checked out with your dentist or your dermatologist. I don't know what your dermatologist does. I think they're the hair doctor. But he's actually a really good core with his stat line of 400 B power and 3 damage. And if it lands on a Fire Fist, it's plus 200, so you're going to be at 600, which is honestly really, really decent, especially in early game. It all depends on his final form to see how powerful he'll be in his evolution. Well, that has to be said with every other Bakugan in the set, because none of these Bakugans actually have evolutions. So yeah, be wary of that if you're going to buy this as soon as you can. I recommend actually waiting for the cards to be shown before you actually make a purchase. But the fact that this guy has an effect when he lands on a Baku-core just makes him already better than most Bakugan already. But anyways, let's take a look at the main event. There we go. Now we're taking a look at a Gorthion Ultra, and first things first, as you can see, it carries the Baku-core on its behind. But yeah, this is kind of a weird Ultra because it's really built like a core, I would say, but like it has a bit more detail in the sense that it has these like springs, you know, to like close it. I think the actual core version of this is just this, and then its head peeking out. I'm not sure, but anyways, Gorthion Ultra looks really cool. I'm glad to have him in the collection. Let's take a look at that mane over there he has on his head. That's really cool, especially with the detail. I'm actually really looking forward to the darkest version of this guy. That would be really, really cool. Now, as for the stats of this guy, he's actually got some pretty good stats. 404, which is above average for your normal Pyrus Bakugan. A lot of Pyrus Bakugan tend to be under 300, so having him be 400 makes him decent, you know. So hopefully his evolution is also good because he does not have any other effects. So putting him into a deck right at this moment with no evolutions, I highly don't recommend it. So yeah, this is a Gorthion Ultra. And that's all, folks. This is everything that you get. That was everything that you get in this starter pack. And this is actually a pretty good starter pack out of the bunch. This is probably the best one out of Wave 3. Well, I haven't taken a look at the Ventus Garganoid or the Diamond Triple Pack for Wave 3. However, I don't really have plans to get Ventus Garganoid. Not Ventus Garganoid, Ventus... Yeah, actually it is Ventus Garganoid. I don't have any plans to get Ventus Garganoid at this moment. Just because then I'm really more looking forward to the singles that Wave 3 has to offer, so I'm really saving my money for that. I'm not sure the stats for the Diamond, but anyways, as for the Bakugan and stuff that you get over here, the cores that you get are really good, especially the Magic Shield that gives you a plus 650 boost, and the Fire Fist, which gives you a plus 250 and 3 damage boost. Those cores are actually really good, and if you need to use any of those types of cores in your core lineup, I recommend those ones because those are like the best in the game. And as for the cards that you get, Dark Boost and Icicle are decent cards, though I wouldn't really recommend it I would only recommend it if you don't have anything better than it. But a card that you must play in your deck if you have a Haos card, a Haos deck, is Super Shot. It's a +1, it's 1 energy for 300 B power, which is honestly really good, especially for the beginning of the game, when you're trying to overwhelm your opponent with as little energy as possible. As for the Bakugan that you get in the set, every single Bakugan is actually either decent or really good. Haos Trox, if it lands on the Magic Shield, will be absolutely amazing. Gorthion and Serpenteze. Serpenteze has an effect when it lands on a Baku-core, so that's good. Gorthion, on the other hand, does not. So, but even then, for these Bakugan, I'd recommend waiting for their evolutions to be shown before you make a decision to buy this set. But anyways, this is overall a really good set. So, yes, this has been Xeonic Blader, and I will catch you on the flip side. Oh wait, before I leave, subscribe, or you're stinky.